Good evening, this is James, here to talk a little bit more about educational experiences, and this goddamn logical microphone is bugging me about the volume again. I swear I'm going to replace this thing with a decent camera one of these days with a microphone that's not so dumb. Here to talk a little bit more about educational experiences. My Suica card that I mentioned the other day when I was vlogging from the bath seems to be working again, or at least the auto charge. That seems to be working. Other things I've learned about baths. In the States, bathrooms, that is, rooms where baths are in, are generally not constructed so that baths can safely overflow. So if you're, say, skiing in Aspen with your family, and you haven't been in the States for a few years, and you decide to take a bath, and you start running the bath, and then you go watch some TV, and if you wait about 15 minutes, then someone can come screaming that the bath is overflowing and it's leaking down into the apartment below. So, if you've that's one form of reverse culture shock. If you've been living in Japan in a while and you go to take a bath in the States, you end up flooding the bathroom. What else? Learning experiences, educational experiences. There's been some... I'm going to stop this music for a second here. There's been some talk about whether to watch Japanese films with subtitles or without subtitles. Of course, without subtitles. That's the obvious answer. But there's another alternative that came to mind. If you have a particular cartoon... Cartoons are much easier to handle than live action, say. But if you have a particular American film or series that you particularly like and are familiar with, then you might want to try watching the dubbed version. Team America, dubbed in Japanese, is just hilarious. What else? South Park? South Park dubbed into Japanese is very interesting. And who are the people who made South Park and Team America? Trey, Matt, whatever, Parker, I can't remember the names. But South Park, when it's dubbed into Japanese, the kids in that area, the whole thing is dubbed into Osaka accent, into Osaka Ben. So it's a little hard to catch on to, but it's very educational if you plan on living anywhere in the Osaka area. In the movie, for example, live, what is it, bigger, longer, live, uncut, whatever. I have the CD around here, the DVD around here somewhere. I'm not going to bother looking for it. But there's a kid who moves in from out of town who takes Kyle's girlfriend. Do I have that right? And his voice is dubbed into standard Tokyo Japanese, whereas all the kids and everyone in the town and all the parents, they're dubbed into Osaka Ben. So something like that is just very educational. If you know the story, if you know roughly what it's about, then that can help you if you're listening to the Japanese. Long ago, I once tried listening to a dubbed version of, say, X-Files. It just didn't work for me because Scully speaking in stereotypically feminine Japanese just did not work. So since then, I haven't really tried with live-action dramas at all. But cartoons work just fine. I have a feeling, I haven't tested this out really, but I have a feeling that anything in British English dubbed into Japanese would work better, because British English has a stronger sense of polite forms and not so polite forms. And in American English, I guess, in principle at least, everyone's supposed to be equal when they talk to each other. So, live action, dubbed into Japanese. If it's American English, not so good. British English might work. Cartoons, great. Puppets like Team America, also great. So, there's another alternative for studying Japanese. And, yeah, if you've been living in Japan for a while and you're used to taking a bath by overflowing the bathtub, then be careful when you go back to the States and take a bath.